Caitlin Clark simply quit the WNBA and did not go to Europe. She went somewhere considerably bigger. She has a contract with Major League Baseball. You heard right, MLB. The sponsors are hurrying, and the WNBA's ratings are declining. The saddest part is that nobody saw it coming because they were too busy trying to control her. This is the story of how one individual ruined a billion-dollar company in just 18 months. And it all started with one fatal mistake made by the WNBA. When Caitlin Clark joined the WNBA in 2024, the league made a historic mistake. They had the biggest phenomena in women's sports history, someone who literally tripled the number of viewers in a single night. They treated her just like any other rookie, too. No marketing budget, standard contract, minimum wage, special safeguards, nothing. Just think of the NFL giving Tom Brady a prime time slot and helping him get endorsements. With Nike endorsements and through global marketing campaigns, the NBA made LeBron James a household name right away. The MLB has a well-thought-out strategy for expanding globally. The WNBA expected to show their gratitude to Caitlin Clark after signing a rookie deal. But this is where it gets very steamy. When the issue started, the league did not stand up for their franchise player. Angel Reed's tail drama, the unpleasant social media discourse, and the fact that the hard fouls weren't called. Instead, they profited from it. They permitted the conflict to linger. There was less physical play. As they witnessed her being picked out night after night, they essentially shrugged. Furthermore, the WNBA responded with corporate silence that yells, "We're letting this burn for engagement because angry discourse drives clicks." When Fever coach Stephanie White tried to publicly defend Clark by saying that she hates the narrative surrounding her star player. The WNBA put short-term financial gain ahead of long-term stability. Additionally, Caitlin Clark said that she witnessed them disregard her mental health in favor of numbers of engagement. As she saw them prioritize the drama over maintaining her reputation, she made a pivotal realization. Actually, they don't care about my success. They want trouble from me. That was when everything changed. The damage followed. Nothing big, just a few games. Any athlete can recover from a minor setback. There are also reports that between 40 and 55% fewer people watch the league on national television. Give it some thought. The data. When one player missed a couple games, lost, and didn't return for weeks, half of the WNBA's newly acquired fan base simply vanished. Some never came back. That's not what a player is. That is not even a franchise player. Sitting on the sidelines and collecting ice packs is a league's entire economic engine of expansion. At that moment, Clark's management team realized something. They are no longer required. We are desperately needed by them. Since this is the brutal truth, things nobody likes to talk about in public. The WNBA saw a rise in viewership, but not because the league got better. It wasn't because of astute management, astute marketing, or finally landing the ideal TV contract. There was only one person involved, a 23-year-old woman from Iowa who was sporting a Fever jersey. Suddenly, mothers, teenagers, spectators, and advertisers paid attention from all over the world. The WNBA Caitlin Clark wasn't constructed. Caitlin Clark was the one who founded the WNBA. She created an entirely new market. People who had never watched women's basketball before were drawn to her. She proved on her own that women's sports could compete with men's in terms of revenue and audience. And as she lay hurt on a couch, watching the league scramble without her, she learned that the financial model's operation had begun. What is the value of a single player who makes up half of your audience? What is her actual market value if removing her from the equation cuts your audience in half? It was an amazing response, billions. Even though she had literally billions of dollars in long-term value tied to one player, the WNBA was only paying her the rookie minimum. Here's what happened next. No one has officially confirmed every detail, but everyone in sports administration knows that this is exactly how it happened. Clark's representatives simultaneously went into the WNBA commissioner's office and the Indiana Fever's office with a single paper. One graph illustrates her true value. The drop in ratings, the market study, and the financial impact. That's all. They didn't need speeches because the meaning was so clear. This is what we are worth. Will you now pay it fairly, or are we searching for new ways to get it? The WNBA could not reply. The league's collective bargaining agreement is outdated. It restricts. It was developed at a time when women's basketball was not well-known, lucrative, or popular. Pay as the CBA artificially capped it. It limits the marketing potential. Gamers who are trapped in a system that exploits their reputation while underpaying them are also affected. Instead of making things plentiful, this method is meant to make them scarce. Furthermore, Caitlin Clark recently shown how the WNBA was engulfing her. As a result, Clark's team didn't ask the WNBA to renegotiate. They asked the entire world instead. That's when calls started coming in from European teams and Major League Baseball organizations. Think about it. MLB has been trying to get into the women's sports market for years. They have invested in softball, baseball, and everything else for women. But nothing remained till they realized something. They were not required to develop a brand exclusively for women. The biggest female athlete has to be partnered with so she can accomplish more than simply play WNBA. MLB was pleased by Caitlin Clark's ability to turn women's sports into a lucrative endeavor, generate global attention, and show that she had more influence than an entire league. MLB would provide the financial backing, marketing infrastructure, and global platform. Clark would essentially act as a global ambassador for sports in general by taking part in exhibition matches, establishing business partnerships, and developing the first women's sports idea ever, the Clark Global Tour. Spanish LIA teams started reaching out to French clubs, Greek powerhouses, teams with money that made WNBA salaries appear like high school paychecks, international shoemakers and streaming platforms in Asia after spotting a global sensation keen to expand their market. The WNBA only had one assignment: make Caitlin Clark the highest paid athlete in the world while keeping her safe from criticism. Instead, they made her want to go. Things start to become really chaotic at this point. While the WNBA processed her exit, Caitlin Clark didn't just hop to one European team or one foreign league. In what has never been done in women's sports, she reportedly set up a global touring model backed by MLB infrastructure. Consider it as a combination of international athletic events in Athens, Barcelona, Paris, London, Toronto, Mexico City, and Tokyo with the Harlem Globetrotters. Basketball at the championship level. Everyone worked together with the Indiana Fever. They are all televised on global MLB platforms and international networks. Because they are all generating sponsorship revenue, WNBA salaries are quite low. The rumor claims that Clark performs under a global consortium as part of a collaboration agreement backed by MLB with other clubs in Europe and with streaming agreements in Asia-Pacific, completely avoiding the WNBA's restrictive restrictions. And the worst is yet to come. The CBA rules get more complicated if a player performs overseas under foreign contracts, international sponsorship agreements, different employment laws, and countries unconnected to American basketball, making the WNBA practically unstoppable. The streaming rights are bought by platforms. The league is no longer influenced by the WNBA. Check out the present condition of the ecosystem. Through Travis Kelce, the Clark brand has suddenly been connected to Taylor Swift's participation in sports. Big endorsement deals are coming in. Instead of investing in the WNBA brand, global sponsors like Gatorade and Nike are supporting the CC brand. She is now larger than the league. The Indiana Fever, incidentally, are doing very well overseas while WNBA teams are struggling here. It's the ultimate power move. Your own team fares better outside of the league than it does inside. Visuals. The number of WNBA viewers is declining. Film of empty venues and comparison graphs. The official statement from the WNBA following the news of Clark's departure. For their assistance with a dry 3S, I would like to thank the Fever. That was it. They lacked a plan. Consequently, there was no strategy, no passion, and no counteroffer. They couldn't hold on to a billion-dollar player. Since she left, ratings have continued to decline. Teams are firing staff members. Sponsorships are being renegotiated downward. Once regarded as America's most popular sports product, the league is today having difficulty remaining relevant. And the reason is known to everybody. Examine the circumstances. It all starts with a single choice. Teams losing money, players requesting better terms, declining viewership, the commissioner's office making every possible PR gaffe, and empty arenas where sellouts formerly took place. The WNBA chose to manage Caitlin Clark instead of paying tribute to her. Instead of choosing safety, they chose controversy. Metrics of engagement were favored over loyalty. They prioritize immediate financial gain over a lasting legacy. Caitlin Clark did not kill the WNBA. By failing to recognize that they had a generational gift that was essentially saving their league, something sacred, The WNBA was destroyed. And instead of seeing her as a resource to be protected, they saw her as a problem to be fixed. They no longer worry about her. She has the key to the future. She is the model. She is proof that a single strong athlete can transform an entire industry. For the WNBA, this is the most terrifying feature. Every young female athlete in the world simply watches the event take place. They understand the futility of loyalty. The league will sacrifice you for an engagement, they note. They understand that if you were significant enough, you could launch your own empire and abandon them. The question is not whether Caitlin Clark can succeed outside of the WNBA. When you look at the numbers, the answer to the issue of whether the WNBA can survive without her is really terrible. Caitlin Clark didn't leave the WNBA overnight. She showed all female athletes throughout the world what is possible when one believes in oneself. She showed them they don't have to tolerate the system they made for themselves. You may build your own. She became a future billionaire after entering a $2.3 billion league. She worked with MLB. Her empire spanned the globe. She caused the WNBA to become outdated in just 18 months. If you think Caitlin Clark has just penned the rule book for the next generation of athletes, please click like, subscribe, and comment with your thoughts.